champ is here. Did you miss me? Because I missed you. What a wonderful time of year it is. Can you feel it? There's a new excitement in the air. Snow is still falling in Syracuse. Soon, boys and girls all around America will cheer in delight to unwrap new weapons, chess pieces, anchors, and Swiss Army knives. It can only be one time of year. Late April, of course. Christmas was eons ago. It's time for my most wonderful time of the year, the NFL Draft. The final Beat the Bookie of the semester starts right now. I'm Jish Sokolsky, breaking down my best bets for my favorite sporting event, the NFL Draft. My resume should speak for itself. While that's not a ton of money, $50 is $50. That Houston upset in the college football season, plus Ohtani most homers in the World Series really helped me out. I won the most money for Beat the Bookie last semester. In fact, I was the only one to do it, and I intend to double my total this time around. I'm the moneymaker here, so listen up. This show needed me, because look at what AJ did last week. He dropped a stinker. I guess nobody could really foretell that Luke Kennard would become prime Kobe to upset the Rockets, but 60 in the red is a horror movie for Mr. Myers. Get it? Like Michael Myers, right? Isn't that awesome? Well, let's look at the standings from this semester, too. Enough of my blathering. Jake Klein is still the top dog. $59. I will blow that out of the water, while Luke Burgess still in last place with minus 6.7. Gabe Perrin, speaking of which, is minus 40.33. What's going on there? A lot of people in the red, but I'm pleased to see that I didn't leave this show in shambles. A lot more people in the green this time around than when I left it. All right, well, I intend to be on top of this list by the time this show is over. So it's time to beat the bookie.
Hey, Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money! Show me the money!
By now, we all know that Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza will be the #1 overall pick. And if the Raiders take more than 1 minute to run that pick to the podium, I will be very upset. But the draft really starts at #2. While the Jets still need a QB, there's no signal caller good enough to justify going this high. The Jets will address the defense, but who will be the pick? To me, it's a no-brainer. Arvell Reese, edge rusher from Ohio State, will be the #2 overall pick. You can line the 20-year-old up literally anywhere in the box, and you won't have to worry. I'm not buying the smoke of Texas Tech's David Bailey going second. Put 15 big bucks on Arvell Reese at 2 and count the W's. What's really crazy, though, is the #2 pick of the draft isn't even the best player on his own Ohio State defense. Safety Caleb Downs is, and I don't use this word lightly, he's a generational prospect at safety. The last time a safety was picked in the top 5 was in 2010 when Eric Berry went 5th to the Chiefs. Well, 16 years later, the Giants will do the same thing when they take Downs at 5. John Harbaugh loves to take his safeties in round 1. 15 doubloons says that Caleb Downs is picked in the top 5. Take that to the bank. Outside of Downs, it's a pretty good safety class. One of the best we've seen in a while, at least at the top. Oregon's Dylan Thieneman and Toledo's Emmanuel McNeil Warren do different things, with Thieneman being more the roamer, while EMW is your box thumper. Many different flavors here. Many have the 3 all in the first round, but let me quote Lee Corso when I say not so fast. As great as Downs is, safety's just not a position of value in the draft. If you were an NFL team with a first-round pick, would you really consider taking the 3rd best safety in the draft with your first-round pick? I wouldn't, and I bet $10 that every GM in the league is on the same page as me. They're just better options. One of those options comes at pick 21. If you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, it's a confusing team, right? Because they really don't need that much, except for a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers has still yet to sign back with the team, leaving just Mason Rudolph and Will Howard to be their signal callers. I know it's a weak class, but there is one other quarterback other than Mendoza that might be a first-rounder. Enter Ty Simpson. I know Pittsburgh fans, they might be feeling some PTSD. The Steelers drafted Kenny Pickett at pick 20 in the week 2022 class, and it ended up biting them. He ended up being a bust. But Ty Simpson is needed on a team that doesn't have a ton of holes on paper. Why not make a splash in front of the home fans and get the Bama signal caller? No matter who they pick, the Yinzers will still think that the Steelers gone to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Give me $10 on Ty Simpson donning the black and yellow. Now, all of these bets have slimmer odds. We're taking swings today, but if you like to hit singles rather than homers, don't worry. I've got your lock of the week right here. Many call this a weak draft, but if you look at some of the offensive linemen at the top, Weak is a ridiculous of an adjective as somebody named Joshua going by Jish. What is that, like fish with a J? Georgia's Monroe Freeling, Bama's Caden Proctor, Utah's Spencer Fano. They're all going to be first-round picks, but one will obviously be picked above the rest. My lock of the week is that Francis Mauigoa will be the first lineman selected. He's the only one worthy of a top 5 hype due to his sheer size and tape. He even caught a touchdown pass this year against Syracuse. I am so confident that I'm unloading the wallet. 40 big ones on the Miami tackle being the first lineman off the board. Let's make some freaking money, yo. Now, let's take a look at the futures from this semester. Griffin Marcy wants the Rams to beat the Pats in the Super Bowl. It didn't happen. He lost $10 on that. The Patriots did make it, and don't tell Zach Ventola, but they did lose to the Seahawks in that game. Arnav, though, the very next week with a howitzer, UCLA did win the women's basketball championship. That is carrying the entire futures. The only reason that they've broken even is because of our good friend Arnav Pokral. Shout out to my friend. Everybody else lost money. Iowa State did not win the men's basketball natty. Houston did not win the men's basketball natty. The Dominican Republic did not win the World Baseball Classic. That was Venezuela. Everybody lost money except for Arnav. He can keep taking his victory lap. All right. I hope my high rollers are still here after the Pearl Clutchers went chasing that bone. I'm still feeling dangerous with this parlay I cooked up. Follow along if you want to win some big bucks. In life, they say you can't get too high or too low, but this is Beat the Bookie. We're going to do both. Our first leg, we go low. The first 10 picks will be represented by 6 unique colleges or less. Folks, this could be 4 Ohio State players in Reese, Downs, Carnell Tate, and maybe Sonny Styles in the top 10. If not, there are 2 Miami guys in Mauigoa and Ruben Bain. I'm no mathematician, but I don't think there's room for 5 more unique schools. And speaking of Carnell Tate, he is a surefire first rounder, and I can name at least 3 more that'll join him. ASU's Jordan Tyson, USC's Makai Lemon, and Indiana's Omar Cooper will all be first rounders. At least 4 first-round wideouts make up my second leg. And hey, 4 out of 5 of those names are products of the Big Ten. My money says at least 8 more players represented in the iconic commercial will hear their names called on night 1. That's over 11.5 Big Ten players to round out the parlay. Book it to beat the bookie. All right, so that's enough of the parlay. Let's take a quick little recap of what some of my picks were. That's $15 for Arvell Reese to be the second overall player drafted. He got some pretty good odds doing that, only plus 120. $15 for Caleb Downs to be a top 5 pick. That one's a little risky, but I do believe in generational talent at the safety position. Speaking of safeties, only $10 say that there are there are 2 safeties drafted in round 1 under 3.5. And $10 says that the Steelers will draft Ty Simpson, plus 900 odds there. I believe. $40 says the first lineman drafted will be Francis Mauigoa, and $10 say that that parlay that I just cooked up is gonna hit. This is how you make money this weekend. A big thank you to our producers, Griffin, Bloomstein, and Zach Ventola for a fantastic semester of Beat the Bookie. Hey, hopefully I just won you big time. I'm Jish Sokolsky saying goodnight.